Supreme Rising gods and goddesses. I hope all is well. Hope you are in perfect health and spirit. May yeah. I hope you are in perfect health and spirit. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Royal Phoenix Rising. I'd like to first give honor and gratitude to my ancestors, the Creator, the universe, my spirit guides, and the cosmos for all that they have granted my children and I with. We humbly love and appreciate you. Ashe. So, thank you again for joining my YouTube platform. Okay, today we're doing things a bit different. You see, I receive psychic channeled messages from my ancestors. However, it just I never actually wrote anything down outside of posting things on my Facebook platform. So yesterday I decided to write. And for those who do not know, this is I started automatic writing is really nothing more than you writing down the channeled messages that has been revealed to you from the ancestral realm. So that is what I started doing yesterday. Started automatic writing. So I've already been receiving channeled messages throughout the past few months. You understand? So now yesterday I began to actually jet them down, and I today I plan to share what I've written down thus far, which is going to be some very deep information. So grab hold to your seats, okay? Um, so my ancestors really moved me to, put this information out there for you all, and I decided to go ahead and do this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write and read what I've written thus far, but I want you all to all know that it's just a lot of information here, there, you know what I'm saying, but it's written. Okay, it is written, and that is the ultimate goal, is to have it written down. What's to get it written down, so that I remember, because it's so much information. And with all this information, it's like I have to store this information elsewhere other than in my head, because this time around, you see, in regards to my past life, my story was never told. I was basically um, they basically tried to write me out of history, along with my story and the story of myself and my soulmate. Our stories throughout the time, throughout the timeline, has been purposely um, wiped out of the books of history, so that we will not be remembered in what we've done and what we've accomplished as well. The entire twin flame journey, he and I, are the ultimate examples, the ultimate chosen ones to be the example to the rest of the twin flames throughout the world. See, a lot of people have the twin flame journey confused, and this was all purposely done to cause chaos and confusion. You see, without any example of how it should be done, or what is an actual twin flame journey, you will need an example. And that is why our story has been wiped out of history, but retold in different ways, and different stories, such as fairy tales. Let's say Cinderella. That was my story with my family. That was our story. What did you all think that they created that story from? Where they get the idea from? They get the idea from us. That was our story that they stolen from us, and made us about some white girl who lived with her three step parents. Not three. I'm sorry. With her stepsisters and her step parent. That was our story, which explains why this particular story has unfolded yet again in history. So they never wanted the real twin flames, the true twin flames, to come into union because they knew how powerful it will impact this entire planet. We are the true twin. We are the true twin flames, and many people has been having problems throughout their twin flame journey due to the information regarding the twin flame has been hidden. And what exactly is it of you to do and become in order to reach that union or to come into union with one another? You two are supposed to, you two experience paths of transitioning and transformation. The entire goal was to transition and transform yourself into high priests and high priestesses. The true twin flames are those who come from the royal bloodline. My true twin flame and I, we not only come from the royal bloodline, we are the last of our kind. We are the last of the Atlanteans. I will further get into that. But in the meantime, I don't even know how I got there. Twin flames. Okay, those was channel information. Those were channel messages right there. So, yeah, we were chosen. Okay, yeah, let me continue this out. We were chosen to set the example, to be the example. That is why we both experienced so much adversity throughout our lifetimes, even regarding our own families. We have been constantly been attacked from different demonic entities who know us and who know our soul and our spirit from past lifetimes. They have worked overtime in this lifetime, in our lifetimes now, to prevent us from coming together. This explains the possession of my mother, my parents, them being possessed by demonic entities, and them doing what they did to me growing up in order to prevent me from stepping into my calling and reclaiming my birthright as a high priest, as a high priestess, and a queen. My twin flame and I, my true twin flame and I experienced the same exact thing. We have experienced the same. Now, how did this all come about? What happened? Let's get down to these notes, shall we? Okay. This is what I've written down, okay? The queen was tricked out of her birthright by the Royal British Reptilian bloodline. Her being tricked out of her birthright relates to an ancient curse that has been placed upon her bloodline. This curse traveled throughout the bloodline of the royal family until one is born who will put an end to the curse. The curse was placed upon the royal bloodline due to the witches abusing their powers. The Reptilian bloodline used this to their advantage and saw it as an opportunity to rule the dynasty in addition to repopulating their breeds and enslaving humankind, the human race. Slavery began once the queen, I myself, was tricked out of her birthright by a false twin flame and murdered. I was murdered by a false twin flame. Someone I trusted. Someone I thought that I could love. Someone I thought loved me. History almost repeated itself in this particular lifetime. But I thank my ancestors for not only being a part or protecting me the way that they have protected me, but also due to technology. Technology played a major role in me not falling into those traps, okay? Technology. So moving along, Christianity and religion was taught during these periods to cause the slaves and humanity to forget their heritage, history, and how powerful they are. Now, let me tell you something. Slavery did not occur 400 years ago. Slavery occurred once the queen, I myself, was tricked out of her birthright. That's when the falling, when the massive war occurred with the giants and the demons and the fallen angels, and that's when all of that occurred. They won temporarily. After their victory is when Christianity and religion was taught during those periods to cause slaves and humanity to forget their heritage, history, and how powerful they are. Humanity was afraid and frightened after they saw that the oppressors won that war. They felt powerless and vulnerable because they felt as if they had no protection, because they felt as if we lost that war. Truth be told, we really did not lose that war. Well, we did temporarily, but it wasn't to the extent whereas they just give up. You understand? They didn't fight hard enough. So they created the Bible's teachings. One second. They created the Bible's teachings, and they began to reprogram humanity, and taught them that their true religion was of darkness, which is spirituality. See, they knew that once they began to reprogram the mindsets of these people, that they would teach their children, and their children would teach their children, and it would get passed on through generations. Okay? So the Bible speaks of, okay, so they begin to teach humanity that spirituality through all parts of the world is of darkness. The Bible specifically speaks of light and teaches humanity that darkness is not of God, when in reality, light cannot exist without darkness. Through darkness, light is created and birthed. By doing this, they place fear in the people, making them believe that not only it's sinning, but to engage into anything spiritual, they'll be punished by God. They programmed humanity to believe that the true universal religion, which is spirituality, is wicked. During slavery, this program began. Mind you, not 400 years ago. We're not talking about 400 years ago. We're talking about all, prior to, way prior to, because as I mentioned prior to, this has been going on for years now. I mean, for thousands of years now, okay? So during slavery, during slavery, this reprogramming began. Their ultimate goal was to cause humanity to forget their roots, okay? Now, dabbing into slavery itself, dabbing into slavery itself, going to slavery itself, the slaves that were chosen to be house Negroes were handpicked based on their blood type. The masters were demonically possessed by demonic entities. These entities would sleep with the women who possessed the Rh negative blood types to prevent them from conceiving more Rh negative children. The babies that were murdered and fed to the alligators and the crocodiles, they were children who possessed the Rh negative blood types. One of their master plans by creating slavery was to mix the blood types by populating more hybrid human beings that are easily deceived and programmed to be enslaved to their system and their evil plan. These blood types are the O, A, and B blood types. The O blood type originally comes from the bloodline of the ancient giants, Atlantean giants, while the A and B blood types are hybrid and man-made. The original human blood type is Rh negative blood type, which is of purity. So by mixing the blood types, the Rh negative blood types later on in history became known as a rare blood type. Those who possess the Rh negative blood types are reincarnated ancient souls, which explains their life path of being rebels to society. This also explains why not only they are gifted, but also explains how at some point along their path, when they awaken, they are all revealed hidden information about history and society that is in an alignment with one another. These individuals are a soul tribe who has been chosen to bring balance back into society. This too explains why those who possess this blood type Rh negative are targeted throughout their entire lives. And in many cases, if not all, they are diagnosed with mental illnesses at some point or another in their lifetime and placed on medication to purposely damage their mental state in order to prevent them from awakening to their callings. Their gifts are labeled as mental illnesses. During slavery, the masters would allow the slaves at times to practice the arts, but it had to be earned. The slave practicing the arts was entertaining to them. So much so that they would invite their guests to watch them practice the arts, especially when they would have some sort of gathering with families and friends. This is when they discovered a brilliant way of continuing slavery throughout history without having to do so much. Wait. Continuing slavery without having to do so much, work themselves when it came down to reprogramming the slave mindsets. They renounced slavery, causing the people to believe that they are free and equal. When this occurred, they decided to continue the enslavement by using their own people to continue their mastermind plan of enslavement. The chosen people throughout history were born into the bloodlines who carried out the master plan. These particular bloodlines were members of a secret society organization governed by the governmental system. These bloodlines, who were sworn to secrecy, travels back to the beginning times of slavery. Not 400 years ago, mind you, prior to that. The masters conjured. Okay, wait. The first group of people who were chosen were handpicked unwillingly. The masters conjured demonic entities who possessed the chosen slaves. These entities were instructed to keep their people and generations enslaved. Throughout religion, through religion, these entities practiced Satanism throughout history. The entities are masculine entities who prey on men, women, and children, including their own. To continue out this legacy, they began to procreate with intentions to do so. With intentions to only, intentions to do so. These demonic entities practice rituals based in service to self, crafts and methods for personal gain and profit at the expense of others. Through the dark arts, they would and still do send curses, hexes, and negative energy patterns to people with intent to harm, such as making them sick, ill, or wishing them dead. They use deception schemes and manipulation with intent to harm another through religious-based systems. They too practice blood sacrifice through the history and the killing of a living thing dedicated to ritual cleansing. They will also conjure elementals and demons to work for the practitioner. These entities had acquired knowledge without tempering higher consciousness. Without tempering higher consciousness that results in activities or the stealing of another life force for use of selfish gain. Black magic has been used in sexual acts to conjure forces and bind the souls of the person through rape, molestation, and sodomy. Any sexual act that has involved lack of content, any sexual act that has involved lack of consent between parties or children. I'm so tired. I need to take a break. These satanic practices is based on the popular of the. Okay, I'm sorry. These satanic practices is based on the manipulation of energy and consciousness through mind control, deception, and many times ritual based. Their system remains sustainable as it only collects energies from one group to steal from another group in order to achieve a temporary result, like a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. Same thing, such as giving a small percentage of people who manipulate the energies and the energetic advantage of others. This is called consumptive modeling. This has been the abuse of consciousness technology, i.e., many of the world leaders and their families that own resources of the planet have been directly given this knowledge or parts of it by the NAA. The NAA, for those who do not know, the NAA is known as the negative alien agenda. The negative alien agenda was created to force the planet to serve another multiple species controller agenda through imposing false replicated time fields using biowarfare technology at the expense and force of the human race and kingdoms under human domains. Mm, 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 mm. Come on, come through, ancestors. Speak. These imposters has been using these methods to control, manipulate, inhabit, and possess human beings to be a vehicle that practices dark consciousness and negative ego. Now, regarding the negative ego, we're going to most definitely get into that. Yeah, because negative ego, there are three. Wait, 1 second. Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Okay, so moving forward, the possessed entities has been using its human host in closing. In closing, this is something that I've gotten off the internet that pretty much bring everything around full circle. Now, throughout history, they have been using children. I myself was a victim. Now I am a victor. I am a survivor of this bullshit that I just read. Um, I am a survivor of this mess. Okay, and this last part is going to bring everything around full circle. Now, given the fact that I experienced this, I've also received channel information about this as well. I haven't had a chance to write it down, but since it's on my mind now, I'm gonna go ahead and give these channel messages. Now, the channel messages that I received regarding, I'm going to read the last part and I'll close out. But the channel messages that I received regarding pedophilia, how does that even continue throughout history? I thought about that even from my own experience, which is like this last part also ties to that as well. You see, it's not normal. It isn't normal for a person to be vindictive, manipulative, or aggressive. You know, those aren't normal expressions, but or having certain twisted sexual desires. Those aren't normal, right? Now, the channel message brought to me that was revealed that has been revealed to me, expressed to me how that it isn't in fact normal. And how this occurs, people who are aggressive, and I know this throughout, given my own personal experiences, people who are aggressive or have different sexual twisted desires, you know, for children or same sex and things as such. From my own experience, okay, I'm speaking from experience. These people, when you think about it, they were all sexually insulted or sexually abused as a child, sexually molested as a child. Now after they are sexually insulted or sexually abused as children,
throughout their life, they spend the rest of their life mentally conflicted, can't put their finger on why I feel this way. Even people who say that they why they feel this way, why they doing this thing, why they always depressed and this and that. I experienced it, I've overcome it, so I can speak on these things. So I couldn't help but notice, well, any channel messages that I received was the fact that the reason why they go throughout their life, either or also, that is how they create more pedophiles, and they create more pedophiles by the victims. How they're able to do this through the victims, how they're able to do this. When a victim are sexually abused as children, a demon is attached to them. And for the rest of their lives, they are conflicted with negative thinking, negative life experiences, mental illnesses. But in reality, it's all in the head. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know that. It's not just all in the head, but it's like that's how the entities control them, through thought. They think that those thoughts are their thoughts, but in reality, they are being controlled by those entities. So as they get older, they experience a lot of sexual traumas, even abuse and things as such. Now, by many being so conflicted mentally, not knowing that they aren't thinking straight, or not knowing that they have these demonic entities attached to them, they act on the thoughts that are, that appears in their head. The thoughts that comes to mind, they act on them, thinking that it's their thoughts. These individuals also, due to them being depressed and being mentally conflicted, they all have some sort of addiction, whether it's sex. Many are addicted to sex because these demonic entities are, that's how they feed off energy. So many are they are addicted to sex, alcohol, drug substances, any type of addiction. They will have any type of addiction. Now these addictions, and there's always a sexual addiction involved. There's always some type of sexual fetish involved. With myself, as I mentioned before, the sexual fetish with myself was because I was sexually molested by my mother. My sexual fetish was women. But I fought that. As I mentioned, my first years, I was into girls. My first years when I was younger, I was into young girls, up until the age of 10. Then I stopped, and then the age of 15, I kissed a girl. And the age of 2011, I don't know, 2010 is when I had an sexual encounter for the first time, 2 nights in a row with one female. After that experience, I haven't fed into that fetish. That's 2011. However, I wouldn't act on it, but I would still watch different. I used to watch different porn videos and things as such to pleasure myself of women. It's like the only way that I'll be able to. I was able to, to get off. So with myself, it was the same sex. There were times when I would have sick, twisted thoughts that would pop up in my head about molestation, or about my kids and some shit. And I remember talking to my ex-husband about this, how I knew that it wasn't my thoughts. I told him that. I said, I know those not my thoughts. I don't act on that shit. Anytime those thoughts were into my mind, I would immediately dismiss it, refusing to give into that bullshit. What the fuck is that? You understand what I'm saying? That ain't me. That ain't my thoughts. I'm too strong-minded for that shit. I didn't fall for that. I wasn't that fucked up. I'm sorry I got so aggressive in my speech. But I'm just so angry when I think about it. Like, god damn. That's some deep shit. So when those thoughts would come and pop into my mouth, I would immediately dismiss them. Those are not my thoughts. And I would never hurt my children like that. So I never fed into those thoughts. However, it gave me understanding of what other people are going through. You see, these people receive these thoughts, and they when these demonic entities place those thoughts in their mind, they act on them, thinking that it's their thoughts. With myself, I'm too strong-minded. I wasn't having that. I know right from wrong. I don't hurt people for no reason. I don't care who you are. I'm not just gonna hurt you. Especially children, babies, what the fuck? It wasn't me. It wasn't my heart. It wasn't who I was. And I knew that. I stayed true to who I know I am. You hear me? Y'all might have to turn this volume down because I got hella loud right then and there. But it gave me understanding on what people were going through and how pedophiles and how they actually program people to be pedophiles and child molesters. That's how they get them. So these people act on these thoughts, believing and thinking that it is their own thoughts, right? And it's so messed up because they are so unclear about the depths of what's really taking place within their minds, mentally and spiritually. And the individuals that are targeted are mainly Rh negative, mainly. However, the other blood types are also targeted as well. So these demonic entities attach themselves to the children. The children, they start from young. They start young. You know your child, and first of all, let me explain to you, every adult, I don't care. If your child, I don't care how many times your child seen someone kissing, they are not going to go and try to do that themselves or try to hump or anything that such. If you see your child is sexually active, meaning they literally want to hump or they literally start to touch and feel other children, someone has done that to them. And because someone has done that to them, they have an entity attached to them due to that experience. Your child needs to be cleansed and detached from that entity. If you need assistance, if you need assistance with that, please contact me at nesiascott@gmail.com. Spell that for you: NESYAHSCOTT@gmail.com. Hit a sister up. I got you. Now, as I was saying, children, it is abnormal for children to be sexually active and be curious. That's abnormal. That isn't normal. They wanted you to believe that shit is normal. Oh, they're going to be curious. Children going to do this. Children not going to do that. Only children who have been touched by an adult do that. Now, you do have other children who have been touched, and then they go touch other children, then that child pick up from that child. You understand? You have that. But an entity isn't attached to them through that. The entity is attached to them through literal sexual abuse. So, in closing, I'm gonna read this last part. Okay, this is gonna bring everything around for a circle. Then we're gonna close out. I had to go live because it would take all day for me to post this. Okay, so I had to go live. All right. So, okay. The possessed entity has been using its human host to use the pure essence of a child's life force and soul energy to feed, siphon, or bind into servitude. They are very well educated on how to create dissociative identities and mental body fragmentations in their own children and child relatives in order to bind the soul body of an I'm sorry, of an extradimensional satanic entity. Through the binding of servitude, the parents, the bloodline legions are allowed to remain in power of the financial and economic resources on the earth. This occurs by either killing a child in ritual sacrifice or binding the child to a satanic entity, which I've experienced. This binds the child in servitude so that the entity wait. This binds the child in servitude to that entity throughout its life into adulthood, which I've experienced. This is the disease seed of the NAA, which, as mentioned prior to, stands for negative alien agenda. Okay? So, as you all can see, this is so much more deeper. Okay? This runs deep. This isn't, this isn't some small thing, something you can just brush under the rug. No, this isn't that. This is deep. We are at war. We are at war. And I cannot stress this enough. You must fight for yourself and your children. You have been deceived. You are being deceived. These people who are in leadership of the different churches and religious groups and in Hebrew camps all over the world, not just the Hebrew Israelite community, but all over the world. The leadership individuals are demonically possessed by demonic entities who work with the governmental system of this world. They were given the instructions and they were instructed to keep you enslaved, keep you asleep through manipulating you through the book, through the Bible, through the Bible teachings. There's not really much that us awakened people can do for you. I don't know what y'all waiting for. Like, y'all waiting for us to stand up and wipe them out with magic and type of shit. I don't know what y'all waiting for. But this is not that kind of fight. You have to put just as much effort to stand up for yourself and your family and your bloodlines. Also, I forgot to mention the Rh negative blood types. let me go ahead and stress this right quick. The Rh negative blood types are the black sheeps um, of the families. We are the black sheeps. We are ancient reincarnated ancestors who have all been awakened to the same knowledge and level of awareness that is in an alignment with one another, which explains why we are called a soul tribe. We are a soul tribe. We have been chosen to break the curse, the ancient curse that has been placed upon our bloodlines. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. And I think it was one more thing that I forgotten to mention. What was that? Yes, we have been chosen to step into our birthright as the ambassador of our bloodlines. Not only that, also high priest, high priestess. These are journeys of high priest, high priestess. Um, Breaking the curse of the bloodlines. Also, creating generational wealth within our bloodlines. Bringing balance back to humanity. You understand? This is why we are all gifted. You don't have. You are. You don't. You Our beloved Creator did not grant you with your gifts to sit on for the rest of your life. So if you're a black sheep out there, baby, you better wake up. Actually, it's kind of weird to find a black sheep now who isn't awakened. Yeah, like it's time. They know. That's why it's so beautiful. It's awakening and so beautiful because we all know. You know what I'm saying? We just intuitively know. We're all connected. You understand? Okay, so let me get back to what I was saying to make sure I don't forget anything or leave anything out. Um, the A, the O, oh, okay, that's what I forgot to mention. By them creating more, repopulating more of their A, B, and O blood types. The A, O, and B blood types are the blood types of the humans who are easily programmed. While it explains why us Rh negative are has been rebels throughout our entire lives. I think I mentioned that. We have been rebels throughout our entire lives because we are the original and we can't be fooled. We have ancestral guidance and ancestral protection. You know what I'm saying? Once you tap into that, you understand? So we weren't society in this world how it is, it never resonated with us because we knew too much. You know, we have too many past life memories. Although you don't remember, you intuitively still feel. You know, you've always felt like something was off because you were born during a time where this did not occur. You know what I'm saying? We were born during the times of balance, during a period of balance. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be born in this mediocre, reincarnated to this mediocre system in this facade, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's been fake our entire lives, and we picked up on that. Whereas the A, O, and B blood types to live a lifestyle, a typical lifestyle like this normal society, this is like normal to them. This is normal to them. You know what I'm saying? They can't. Is you have some people who cannot see past the 3D. You just have those type of people. They aren't willing to. They don't want to. They not. They aren't interested. But because that is not. This is 3D is not our home. Our home is 5D in the different other realms. That's how. That is the reason why it just never resonated with us. So the lifestyle of society today, it does not resonate with us because of this. While the O, A, and B, it resonates with them. They feel comfortable. They're comfortable. Don't wake me up. Don't touch me. Let me sleep. You know what I'm saying? You try to wake them up, they gonna jump up and smack you in your face. You know what I'm saying? like don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? You know how you get a little cranky when you really how it is. Like you're experiencing like such a good, you're getting that such good sleep in, that such good rest in, and somebody coming, trying to wake you up, or hey, wake up. You're gonna wake up pissed off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how that's how they feel. Don't don't wake me, don't touch me, leave me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how it is. And it is like that because it is in their DNA. It is within their DNA to not want anything outside of the 3D, or it is in their DNA to be programmed, to be deeply programmed and deeply rooted to how this evil system wants them to be. Deeply rooted in that. Okay, let's make sure I haven't forgotten anything else. I've been talking for a long time now. Okay, 1 second. Beloved, I love you. Yes, I love you, beloved. I just felt the need to tell beloved I love her. Because I'm so blessed. You understand? I'm just so blessed. I'm blessed. I'm favored. It's a beautiful feeling. Blessed, safe, and favored. What? It's such a beautiful feeling. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. In that peace, nah, you can't beat that. Yep. So, let me see. Any information? Any more information? Oh, the 400-year curse. Okay, the 400-year curse. That 400 years, guys, that had nothing to do with you and the curse being lifted from you. The curse is lifted once you decide to do the inner work. It's like every bloodline for their own. Not like every bloodline for their own, but in order to break the curse within your bloodline, one has to do the work. One or all has to do the work. You understand? In my situation, I'm the only one. So I've taken upon myself to heal past lives, trauma, and baggage, to purge from past life drama and baggage, curses, and everything. I was chosen, not just chosen, but I actually signed up for this prior to my reincarnation. But I, along with a lot of many other people like myself, we have chosen this path to break the curse, to break these curses. So unless you do the work yourself to heal from all And it's not that it's just from past lives. It's generations of pain and sorrow and hurt and misery and abuse and rape and molestation. This is what we are purging from. Not just from past lives, but generations in our own parents, because our own parents did not take on the responsibility to do so themselves. Because they didn't want to do so themselves. They chose the path to continue the curse. Then they birthed us and then try to target us and keep us from breaking the curse too. Because they were incapable, or because they made the wrong choice to continue on that legacy of bad karma. So a lot of us had to leave family and friends behind in order to purge, heal, and balance the karmic scales so that our children and our generations will not experience this. We've also been chosen to birth a pure bloodline of our kind. Our kind, you earth angel, you. Yes. So we have been chosen to do so. You understand? It is up to us. And my point is that if you do not do the work yourself, if you do not put forth the work yourself, it will not get done. Ain't no curse about to just lift miraculously. I said miraculously. Yeah, that's not how it works, baby. You got to put in that work. And for us first wave of people who have been doing so, we are the ones who set the examples for the other generations. We set the examples for you to follow. Now, all you have to do is follow suit, baby. Buckle up. It's time to buckle up and get ready for a ride of a lifetime. Death of the ego. Dark night of the soul. This shit ain't no joke. And we continue to experience the dark night of the soul until we are completely purged. And they don't tell you how long it takes. Well, for myself, I'm still purging and healing, but in regards to the curse itself, it's lifted. I'm free. I'm no longer buying to my parents, to my mother in specific. I'm no longer bind it mentally or anything as such. This is my first time in a lifetime. I am feeling free mentally and at peace. Anything I feel that's not peaceful, it's just me it just triggers that is pretty much a wake up call for me that I need more healing. You understand what I'm saying? I get triggered now more than anything, especially during these planet transits. I just been getting triggered like a mug. Like damn. And then it just like it when I would have these triggers, it is pretty much just a message from my ancestors that I have more healing to do. You should heal this. It's a trigger for me to notice a trauma, or notice a pain, or notice something that I need to purge from then and now. That's why they have these planetary transits that occur. This helps us to purge and heal. You understand? So I've been riding the wave. But my point is that the dark night of the soul is not one experience. You experience the dark night of the soul. Let's Every month I experience the dark night of the soul, sometimes more than once in a month. But that's because I'm healing. And you are healing too. You understand? But we have to be patient with ourselves because this is lifetimes, as I mentioned, of shit being bottled up. You know what I'm saying? Swept under the rug and shit like that. So a lot of patience is going to be required. You understand? But for you black sheeps out there, you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Put in the work, baby. Do it for your children. For your children, for your grandbabies. You got to do it from them grandbabies too. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that. And them great grandbabies. Great grandbabies. Yeah, we doing it big, bruh. This is the real level up. People chasing money. You're chasing all of the wrong things. You can have all the money in the world and still not be fulfilled mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Right now, as I speak, I don't put out my, you know what, I won't even do that. But look, let me tell you something. I've never felt more stable in my life. And I know it gets better because I'm still Persian and I feel stable, you know what I'm saying? I still go through my mood swings and things as such. I'm still Persian, I feel stable, right? But I can't imagine how I will feel once I'm really like there. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100% purged from all of this baggage. If I feel this way now, this fulfilled now, I can't even imagine how I will feel in the future, like 5-10 years from now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So people chasing the wrong things and wondering why they are so unhappy. Chasing love, chasing this, chasing that. It don't start there, start within. And you have all the money in the world and you are unhappy because spiritually you are broke. You went after money first, when in reality, it was all about the mental state, baby. It all starts in the mind, baby. 5D. So until you develop that mental fulfillment and that mental spiritual stability, no matter what you do or where you go or who you be, where you're gonna always be unhappy or unfulfilled or feel like if something is missing. I don't have much, but I'm grateful for what I have, and I am at peace because spiritually, I am where I should be. And spiritually, I'm still striving and evolving rapidly. So I feel rich and successful because mentally and spiritually, baby, I am there. I am riding that frequency and that vibration. You hear me? I am there. So you have to you have to get to that point, whereas then you develop a thirst to better your life, a thirst for spirituality, and for spiritual and mental stimulation and fulfillment and emotional. You have to want that. You have to like really desire that. You understand? I desired that. I really did. So with this being said, I've spoken so much. Oh God. I've spoken so much. Wow, we had an hour and 4 minutes. Yeah, so with this being said, I hope I gave y'all a good one, all right? And thank you all who has taken the time out to listen to this. to my live. Thank you. Um, I didn't really broadcast that I'm filming live because I didn't want any. I didn't want to get distracted by comments or anything as such. Although I only have 14 people subscribed, but y'all the real MVP. Thank you, loves. I appreciate you. But I want to give a yeah, I want to give a shout out to all of my 14 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I humbly thank and love you. I should start using that word love more. I should start like I even okay, let me tell you all what I'm working with, what I'm working on now. Because y'all probably, so you won't think I'm just this perfect person, honey. I'm a tough lover. All right. I've been tough my entire life. But now I'm at a point now where I said it's like I don't have to be so tough, relax. So I'm nurturing, but not just like to anyone, things as such. My nurturing side comes out with my family or my loved ones. So now I'm practicing to be more nurturing to humanity, to people in general. Be much more nurturing, not so defensive, put my guard down. But first, by listening to my intuition, you know what I'm saying? If I feel something is off about you, I'm not going to open up to you. I'm not going to be nurturing to you, okay? But if your energy level resonate with me, I mean, if your vibration, it resonate with me, baby, I would, yeah, I want mine, but so I'm learning that more. I'm learning to tap more into my nurturing side, not be so tough and so hard all the time. You know what I'm saying? Know how to balance the tough love and nurturing side of myself. So I'm working with that now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to use much more uh cute. I said cute. So I'm starting to use you know pleasant words, and especially things that has not been like these how I'm beginning or what I'm learning to do when it comes to my with me communicating with people. It's like this was not given. I didn't have this, so for me to do so is so awkward. I want to first put that out there. It is so awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I love you. I love you. Like, talk to a friend. I love you. Hang up the phone. I love you. Like, what? That's so strange. Even to my own, with my own children. I tell my children I love you, but it feel awkward because I didn't have that. You understand? It feels so awkward. So I'm working on that. You understand? I'm working on my nurturing, my soft side. I am. So that's what I'm dealing with. And I am friendly. I'm friendly, but a lot of people misjudge me because I come off as hard. But even at times when I come off as hard, if it's all out of love. You understand? Because I love you, and I'm just that type of person. I'm hard on you because I love you. And I don't want to see you fuck up or fuck your life up. You understand? But yeah. So with that being said, I kind of think this was a good one. If you made it to the end of the video, let me know how you liked it. You know what I'm saying? And let me know how you like it. Most definitely. But um, I enjoyed this. I really did. I enjoyed this. And with this being said, I'd like to wish everyone a prosperous week and productive, filled with love, joy, happiness, and study. Study. Educate yourself. Every day, study something new. You learn something new every day. You better be out here learning. This is my tough love. You better be out here learning something new every day. You hear me? Huh. Yeah, that's my tough love. Tough mom love. All right? Y'all better be out here learning something new every day. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. We ain't got time for this. Time to wake up. I'm gonna wake up. You hear me? All right, much love, peace, and blessings be unto you. And I really enjoyed this. I really did. So until next time. Ashe. Now I don't even know how to. I'm trying to stop this. Oh my god. I'm trying. I'm trying. And this other website keep popping up.